Borderland State Park is considered by many a jewel in the crown of the Massachusetts state park system. With its many hiking and biking trails, diverse plants and animals, and historic mansion on the grounds, there's something about the park that speaks to its many visitors. But long before Borderland became a state park in 1971, and long before it was placed on the National Register of Historic Places in 1977, or had films like Shutter Island and Ghostbusters using it as a backdrop for films, Smith Farm was built on part of the now 1,843-acre park.
Basically, our property is 2 acres. We have everything from the trail here going back in back of me for about 2 acres worth. The original land here was bought by my third great-grandfather, Sale Smith, at 27 acres of pasture land from Jonathan Chilson in 1876. Somewhere between there and 1880 was when they built the farmhouse. And it eventually had accumulated up to 75 acres at that time. It included everything back to the pond, everything going down to the Allen Road. The main approach to this farm, in fact, was a straight shot that way towards Allen Road, just one long drive. These trails weren't here then, obviously. And he used this area for raising cattle, horses, other farm animals, but mainly for growing herbs. He was a holistic physician, and all his stuff was grown here. But right now, we have 2 acres that we use, but we have access to the entire 1,800-acre park.
Shortly after marrying in 1839, Dr. Asale Smith moved from Sharon to Easton. Working as a shoemaker in the town for nearly 10 years, a trade he learned from his father, Smith changed career paths in 1850. Using botanical remedies to heal patients, Smith served as a physician for nearly 30 years. Before 1988, at the age of 66, he and 4 of his sons built what is now known as Smith Farm.
The Ames family started buying property in 1906 in the area. They bought the Tisdale Farm first, which is off of Mountain Street, and then later they started buying different farm lands in the area to eventually encompass 1,250 acres by 1969. And one of the parcels they bought was we call it the Smith House, but it was also managed by a family, the French family, and Mrs. French originally owned the house, and then she was the caretaker for the family. They would have basically it was a boarding house for all the employees of the Ames family.
Located near the Bay Road entrance to the park, the house sat vacant, unused, and in need of a facelift for years after the park was formed.
We had proposed it be a part of the historic curatorship program, and at that point we had turned over staff, so the Boston office did not have a curator manager, and then Kevin Allen came in and we developed the curatorship program, which is it takes a little bit to do because you have to get an active legislature to approve each property that we want to put on this curatorship program, and so it took a while. And then the Smith Farm house became a Smith Farm Heels, and they went to town and they're working hard to get the infrastructure. That's why most people are like, what's going on with this place? But they had to get the water tested and the well fixed, and the leading had to be taken out of all the paint, and it took a lot of long-term work. And now look at the place, it's just revived, and it's almost ready to go, and I can't wait to see all the healing events that go on and the work with the veterans and the local community. This
place really had been left without occupants for some time, and the elements had taken it over. There was a lot of destruction from animals on the interior of the house, and basically had to be fumigated and cleared out and basically stripped down to the bare walls. There was just nothing left on the interior, and there were spots when we walked through here that you could see on this front portion wall was literally bowed out like this so that you could look down at the ground inside. And we often said when we were first discussing this place that one bad snowstorm would have put this thing into the ground, and that would have been the end of the project.
Currently, programs like Tai Chi and yoga are held for the community at the peaceful property, while counselors from Brockton's VA Hospital bring patients out for individual, group, and art therapy. Community Preservation Act money, as well as donations from the Easton Lions Club. Easton resident Lee Williams and others have allowed rotten boards, walls, and beams inside to be replaced, so the building is structurally sound, while the exterior has had a facelift as well. $95,000 has been spent so far.
Where we are now with the process here is that now that the exterior has been buttoned up tight, we're looking for a little bit more funding to finish the final product of the exterior. The porches, the porch foundations need to be secured. The entryway needs to be fixed. There's going to be a deck on the back with a handicapped access ramp, and the chimney needs to be capped and reset, and a couple other minor things. But basically, that's all that's left of the exterior to finish this off. It's going to be about $62,000 to finish it off. We're seeking about $42,000 from CPA again this year to do everything except the deck, because the rest of it is historical. The deck is not. It's just the deck is an addition that we would like to have for functionality and being able to help veterans to utilize the farm a little better, especially handicapped veterans.
Another goal is to create a room upstairs for soldiers or families returning home from deployment who may need a day or two of respite somewhere. Work could be finished in 2 years, although if someone with a vision came forward with financing, donation of materials and work, or another idea, it could probably be done sooner.
We'll be raising money through campaigns that will be coming up next year. We have a golf tournament set for next year in May. We plan on having a town fair out here type of thing, where a fall festival seems to work really well in Easton, so we'd like to get on board with it and offer that. And we're constantly seeking out the grants as well through historic organizations to help out with the reconstruction here.
For more information about the property and programming, or to find out how to make a donation, visit www.smithfarmheals.org.